Hey Data Pros, in this video, let's compare parameters in Tableau and in Power BI. Now the purpose of the parameter is to hold values. Both Tableau and Power BI has parameter functionality and they have some similarities and dissimilarities. We'll also create a parameter so newbies can also learn at the same time. So this video gonna be a bit long than usual, but it will be a very knowledgeable video. So let's go with Power BI. Power BI has two types of parameter. The first one is Whatif parameter. So let's take example of COVID-19 data. This is not a latest data, but this will help us to understand how parameters work. So I plotted data graph here showing the continents, the death line, simple line and bar chart. And when I click this over the chart, I can see shade axis, column values and line values, all good. Now suppose this line I need to replicate, or I want to see what will be the value if it is 2 times or 3 times, or suppose 5 times. Okay, in that case, comparing one more line side by side with this blue line would be very helpful. So controlling by the user, by the end user, is what Whatif parameter allows in Power BI and also in Tableau. So let's see how we can create a Whatif parameter. Very simple. Go to modeling and click on new parameter. Give it a name. Type whole number because we want to multiply by some number which is 1, 2 and 3. Let's take maximum and minimum 0 to 5 with the increment of 1 and the default value, let's say 2. And I want this to be added as a slicer in the page. Oracle looks nice, and here we have the slicer. Let's shrink it down. Now if you slide this one, it will give you 1, 2, 3 and so on. Let's keep this as a 0 now, and yes, you can see here in the right side we have a parameter table itself, which has a param as generator 05 x function, and as well as param value, which is selected value whichever we select. So we will be using this param value to map a measure and form a line. Okay, so let's do that now. We'll create a quick measure or a new measure. Okay, give it a name. So now I know that my depth should be multiplied with the param value, and that will give me the actual value, multiplied value, which I am looking for. So the param is created as a measure, drag it to the line because I want to show that to a line. Perfect. It is the red one here. It is 0 because this is 0. When you move to 1, it will map to the original cases. And 2, twice the depth, thrice the depth, 4 times and 5 times. So this comparison will give an end user, like in this case, what if the death case is 5 times, and the government can take a different immediate action like a lockdown or something, which anyways every government is doing so. So that's how Whatif parameter works. You can use it and show different values. Instead of numeric, you can show some city or something, one value at a time kind of thing. Let's now move to the next one, which is query parameter. So this is a Power Query editor, and I have the data set, and I have to suppose filter it out continent. So the parameter can be applied here just by taking text filter. So let's see how we can apply it. Before that, we have to create a parameter. So create a new parameter and name it as para, and let's say value will be Asia, because we know we are going to filter out continent, and a new parameter will create here with the value Asia. Now to map this parameter to the data set, we have to do the same thing which we did in Whatif parameter. We have to map it like text filter equals, and instead of writing here, you can select parameter and the parameter name which you can just created. Click OK. All the data you can see here is of Asia. Let's say I want Europe. And data should be filtering by Europe. This is how query parameter works, and it's the best way you can give access to a particular person based on the continent, based on the country, etc. So in this Tableau workbook, I imported the same COVID-19 data, so there should not be any confusion, and I will plot the same graph. Like I want the continents with the total number of cases, and that, for example, there should be line, make a dual axis, and this should be bar, and we have what we wanted, cases and deaths. Now let's create a parameter here. So in Tableau there are parameters similar to Power BI. So the first one is a very basic parameter like normal parameter. You can create a parameter, name it as para. Value, I want integer, current value is, let's say 1, and yes, automatic, that is fine. All, or you can make a list or range, that is fine. As if now I will place it, make it as a 1, and when I want to show the parameter, or else I should click on show parameter. Yes, here I have the parameter. Now to use this parameter, we requiring one calculated field, map it with number of x divided by created, apply, and OK. And when you make a line, not this one, the param one, to look like this. When you make it to 3, the value should change. Yeah, it is changing a very slight manner, I think. Wanted to show the difference, but yeah, the axis for now synchronized. So now when I say 1, should overlap with each other. When I say 2, the difference goes on and on. So always synchronize access when making dual access. So this is how you can make a first, or you can say the basic parameter in Tableau. Now there is one more parameter called action parameters. So when you go to worksheet and click on actions, here you have the option to add a change parameter. So now name it parameter 1, that is fine. Sheet 1, on select target value should be param, or should we create a new one, param 2. So you want to use the depth by sum and so on. Click OK. Yeah, and I will show you this parameter. Right, so action which I select will place to the param value. So whatever value I select here will goes to param 2. So it holds the value based on your selection. Unlike the param, which is a normal parameter, you have to feed the value and then you can see the changes. This is similar to Whatif parameter in Power BI, the basic parameter, and this is a special one which is called as action parameters. So whatever you will select here will change the value. Now you can utilize this value to create a new one, like 2 param 2 plus, or you can say multiplied by actual param. Too many params. And now when you place this and replace this value, make a dual axis and synchronize axis and make a line, make a bar, very small I think, so make a line as well. And if you select here, the value will change accordingly. Zero. Let's make it 1. The value will change based on our selection. See, this is how action parameter works in Tableau. This parameter, the param 1, you can also use in a filter. For example, when you want to filter out continent, by formula top and select the parameter which you select, or you can create a new parameter. It is also fine, any parameter that will also work to filter out the values. And also you can also use the parameter in a reference line. You can go to analytics and pull a reference line on an entire table. Let's say you want to apply that parameter in the reference line, and the value you can choose is of any parameter, like parameter 1, and you can select values, automatic tooltips, and OK. We'll give you a reference line of this, and so on. So it's a cool way, a nice way of using the parameter in different as a filter or as a reference line. Helps the developer to build the dashboard
effectively and efficiently. So that's all guys for today. So if you have any concern, kindly comment down below. We can discuss, and if you find anything I missed regarding parameter in both Power BI and Tableau, do let me know. Till then, bye bye. And also, if you want to connect with me, check down in the description. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.